उसूल सुनने में एकदम सख्त, पर सोचो तो मजेदार है। बोलने में उसूल आसान, सरल उसका उच्चार है, पर समझ तभी पाएगा घर चलेगा कोई अकेला 4 कदम उसूलों पे। जो उसूलों पे चल सका उसके जीवन में दिशा है। उसूलों में कठिनता है, कई बार उसूलों पे चलने वाले को मिलती कई चुनौतियां हैं। नामुमकिन तो नहीं, पर काफी मुश्किल है उसूलों पे अकेले चलना। सिर्फ उसूल भी अकेले कहां कुछ कर पाते हैं, साथ तो उन्हें भी चाहिए उसूलों पे चलने वालों का। उसूलों पे अगर सब साथ चलें तो उसूल उसूल नहीं, उससे कई ज्यादा है। साथ चलें तो उसूल परंपरा है, संस्कृति है, सामाजिक संपत्ति है, जिस पे निर्भर हो सकती है आने वाली कई पीढ़ियां। कीमत भले उतनी ही चुकानी पड़े उसूलों की, पर साथ चलें तो उसूल पूरा पैसा वसूल है। साथ चलें जो उसूलों पे, उनके जीवन में सफलता है। उसूलों पे साथ चलना मेरा, तुम्हारा, हम सबका इसी में फायदा है। स्वर्ण आदर्श अभियान एक औद्योगिक पहल।
तो थैंक यू शिवा। सो प्लेटफॉर्म इज योर सर, कंटिन्यू सेशन।
ओके, पंकज जी मेरी वॉइस क्लियर आ रही है?
यस सर, क्लियर है।
ओके. Hi team, good afternoon to all. I mean to shall quickly pronounce your name so that you can just let me know if you all are able to hear me or no. So I'm able to see Sameer. Then we have Parth. Hi Priti. Hi Harsh. Hi Harsh. Then hi Uday. Hi Anil. Hi Ketan. Hi Hitisha. Hi Ramesh Chandraji. I hope I'm able to. You guys are able to hear me out clearly. Okay, perfect. Great. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine if you guys are replying me through the chat. Fine with that. So are you all from the gems and jewelry industry, or you guys are not from the same industry? Maybe you can just type in your replies to me. Are you all from the gems and jewelry industry, or you are all from different industry? You guys, you can put your videos on table with you speak if you all wish to speak up. So it's not compulsion that you have to reply on the chat. Okay. Priti, are you there? Priti, same industry. Okay. Thanks. Refinery and HM. Oh, that's great. Same industry. Okay. Thanks for this reply, team. So we will quickly start the presentation. I'll just share one short video. So basically, first of all, I'd like to say thanks to World Gold Council and Abjad to create this platform for all different learners from all across different places, and allowing IIG team to share their views on this particular topic. And at the same time, my name is Anand Gusani. I'm head of Department of Diamond and Gemology Department here. I'm into this industry since last more than 20 years. And I take care of diamond education and gemology education at IIG here. So today, the topic is very interesting for all of us because jewelry grading certification have been a very interesting topic since a while. And before I start with the presentation, I would like to share a video of IIG and quickly start to it. Guys, can you all see the screen? If anyone can just give me the confirmation.
Yes sir.
Is my screen visible, team?
Yes sir, visible.
Okay, thank you.
Knowledge meets excellence, where skills meet right opportunities, where craft meets conviction. Welcome to IIG, The International Institute of Gemology, the education pioneers of Indian gems and jewelry industry. A successful journey of 56 years from SRDC to International Institute of Gemology, an institute with a continuing legacy of educating and empowering individuals to become expert gems, jewelry and diamond professionals. The institute offers 25 plus full-fledged comprehensive courses and has been a platform of success and career growth for over 1 lakh graduates who have entered the professional world of gems and jewelry. IIG offers strategic corporate training that fosters the development and growth of the industry. After the success of its 4 full-fledged state-of-the-art campuses, IIG has launched the first ever campus of South India in collaboration with Lakshmi Diamonds in Bangalore. IIG holds prestigious tie-ups with institutes like De Beers Group, Gemmy Wizard and Venus Jewels. IIG has also sponsored the National Jewelry Awards NJA organized by GJC for 3 consecutive years. The recent IIG-IBJA Skill Development Council partnership is intended to take gems and jewelry education in India a notch higher with full-fledged digitized courses and app-based learning. Some of the courses at IIG are affiliated to the Mumbai University. IIG is committed to provide value-aided training, internships and market exposure opportunities through various exhibitions and industrial visits that boost up the professional careers of its students via both online and offline education. They are also given career campus opportunities to enter the market by networking with prestigious DTC site holder companies and guest lectures held by international jewelry professionals. Among several accolades won by the Institute, its most recent honors include Certificate of Excellence and Education Institute of the Year by GJTCI Excellence Awards 8th edition. IIG has also been honored with the Best Educational Institute 2022 award at the 7th India International Bullion Summit held by the Indian Bullion and Jewelry Association. The Institute's dedication towards its values is at the core of its success in providing value-based training. It is also through this dedication that students make a lasting mark in the industry and become leading professionals who drive a positive change. Enter the gateway of opportunities for a successful professional career with IIG.
Okay, so guys, this was a short on what IIG is all about and IIG's existence. So I'll quickly share the presentation. You're the one which we're gonna start with. Is everyone able to see the slide on the screen?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, perfect. Great. Okay, so before we start with this, what I would like to can just share your views basically. Thank you, Priya, for the answer. Thank you, everyone, for your reply on the chat. So, jewelry grading certification. So, since we have most of the people, and we all know that this particular topic, okay, when we say jewelry grading certification, this is something which has been the one of the very most ignored topic when it comes to grading education and awareness amongst everyone in the industry. Because the way the jewelry has been certified, the way people needs to be aware regarding this jewelry certification, there is a huge amount of gap what we see where people needs to be more educated in terms of that what are the ways through which we have to either read out the certificate which has been certified, what are different labs who are certifying this jewelry, and how this particular process works when the jewelry goes to a particular lab. Okay, so before I even take a quick start to this presentation, okay, I'll just share the content what all topics what we're gonna discuss. So we will have few market insights of how the jewelry industry is performing. Then we will be also on the importance of education on jewelry grading certification, update on the gold custody, which we know which is dropped, and we will also in jewelry settings which are there available in our industry. And at the same time, we will also discuss that what are the different through which diamonds are assessed when it is mounted. So, which is again very interesting for it will be very interesting for all of us to discuss on the and also what are the different ways through which a diamond is evaluated when it is mounted, and at the end how the certificate looks for the jewelry, and what all details are included in the certificate. Okay, so that's something the course, the topics which we will be covering in today's session. Before I start, I want any one of you or to share what you think is the biggest gap when it comes to jewelry grading certification. So when I say biggest gap, so what I refer is that what is happening, and is the end consumer completely aware of how and what all things are included in the jewelry grading certification. So I want any one of you to share your views that what do you think the gaps are when we say that the awareness among customer is still lacking on. So anyone want to share their view? I mean to say here we do not have anything to say where something what is right or wrong, but maybe just what's your take on that? So let me ask. So we have Priya. Are you there, Priya? Me? Am I audible, Priya? Okay. Okay. Yes. So Priya, what's your take? If you can just unmute it, what do you feel the biggest gap is right now when it comes to awareness or education on jewelry grading certification? Okay, no worries. Maybe you can type Priya if you are comfortable with that. So yes, guys, if there is anyone who wants to share their view, So we will start with a quick market insight on where the segment is going. So if you will see that the market value, so as of 2023, the global is valued at approximately $100 billion, to reach around $150 billion by 2030. And if you'll see the market, the growth rate, the market is expected to grow at the compound annually growth rate that is of 10 to 15% from 2023 to 2030. So, team, everyone, I mean to say, you will understand. Okay, so I have a message from Priya. So you say that lack of knowledge and education when it comes to identifying, scrutinizing the diamond piece in the jewelry. Absolutely right, Priya. I mean to say, I will totally agree with you because people are getting aware that how you are evaluating a diamond when it is not. But once a diamond is mounted, different ways through which you can evaluate a diamond is something very important. Because once the diamond is mounted, we all that you cannot do 100% evaluation or assessment of the diamond. That is because of the area from where it is mounted. You cannot access the diamond person to evaluate it. So yes, thanks Priya for sharing that view, and we will definitely discuss on that particular part once we move ahead. So as we all know, guys, that jewelry is something when it comes to traditionally driven in India, because in Asian days, jewelry is something what people have been wearing on their body because that is something what they feel it's an add-on value what it brings to their life. And that is one of the biggest reason where we see where people are demand of jewelry in every year by year, if you will see, it is increasing. And it is not only that there is a specific segment where you see a growth rate, even the fine jewelry, even the affordable jewelry, the fashion jewelry, every sector we see that growth rate in when it comes to a jewelry. So we'll just take a glance in categories where we see the growth rate. So high-end jewelry made from precious metal and gemstones, accounting for the largest market share, as well as more affordable, more often made from non-precious metal and synthetic stones. So we know that even the fine jewelry is having a good growth rate, and as well as the affordable jewelry is showing a good growth rate in our industry. And when it comes to material, gold continues to be the most popular material, as we all know. Now, diamond, both natural and lab-grown diamonds are in demand. How many of you would tell me that the lab-grown diamond jewelry segment is increasing? The demand for lab-grown jewelry segment is increasing. How many of you agree with that? You can say yes or no, maybe whatever your opinion is in the chat. Now, how many of you agree that the natural lab-grown diamond jewelry segment is increasing day by day? Lab-grown diamond jewelry is increasing day by day. You can just tell me yes, no. If you agree, yes. If you do not agree with that, you can put a no. Whatever your opinion on the chat. So we say Samir. Okay, thanks Samir for your reply. It says increasing because of the affordable rates. Ketan mentioned agree. Hitisha mentioned yes. Parth mentioned yes. Raj mentioned yes. So I mean to say, so far, whosoever have replied, you guys all agree that the demand is increasing in lab-grown diamond jewelry. So I would not deny to that part. Also, the people who have responded, I mean to say on the chat, can you give me a one-liner answer that what makes you think or what makes you give this opinion that the demand for lab-grown diamond is increasing? And who are the potential clients who are getting diverted or who are opting for lab-grown diamond jewelry? If you can just put your opinion in that. Okay, so we have one answer, youngster. Samir, absolutely true. I mean to say, you are right. This people, the youngs, the youth, the Gen Z, these are the consumer, these are the potential clients who are getting diverted to this lab-grown diamond jewelry. And I'll share, was this one interaction what I made with lady. She what she mentioned is that my grandson, okay, so my grandson, they upfront they say that we do not want you guys to invest more on the jewelry, on diamond jewelry, rather get to wear a lab jewelry, and maybe we will put our rest of the somewhere else. So as you rightly mentioned that they are getting diverted and they are getting towards this lab-grown diamond jewelry, and that's so true. Platinum, again, it's preferred for its durability and were popular for both fine and fashion jewelry. So if you'll note this slide right from 2020 to 2027, you will see is going up when it comes to a consumption of a jewelry amongst people. Because of middle class, absolutely true, Raj. Eco-friendly, true. I mean to say these are the various where people are opting. So here I would say is that people are more keen because there is this customer, there is this clientage who are more into, they want to spend a limited amount of money when it comes to jewelry. Okay. And as someone rightly mentioned, the middle class. So for them, affordability is the key factor. So that's why they tend to go with lab-grown diamond jewelry because that fits in their pocket size. Thanks for sharing your opinion, team. And yes, Ketan, I would say yes, because when it comes to a natural diamond, we know that there is this, people do think that there is this damage done to the environment, but there are pros and cons of both. Even when you are creating a lab-grown diamond in the lab, there are these gases which are used and which are released. So even it has some of plus pros and cons for both the things. But yes, as you rightly mentioned, these are some of the reasons because of which the specifically I would say is getting diverted to this particular product. So when it comes to distribution channels, the way on the market size and its growth rate, online retail, if you will see as per the chart, the online retail have a significant increase in its pace. The way online channels, the people, the digital platform, people have started adopting artificial intelligence to let people feel that how the jewelry is going to be looking on their body. So there are so many software upgradations on online platform, which makes the sales more easy when it comes to jewelry. So that is again adding on to the part where when we say that that is one of the reason why we see a growth. And brick and mortar stores, this is what the retail stores what we see, which is the traditionally driven stores which we all have been purchasing jewelry from. Multi-brand boutiques, departmental stores, again we see an increase in this because these people are doing their promotions, marketing in such a way where people do get divert and tempt to buy stores. Then when we Asia Pacific, so if you will see the largest countries like China and India, where jewelry holds cultural significance. So guys, one thing which you will not deny to this, that India, when we talk about India, India is so traditionally driven when it comes to jewelry purchase because we do believe we want to, whatever jewelry we purchase, to pass it on to our grandsons, in the further extended family, what we will be having it. So that is something see that all Indian families, and that's why there are this family. If there is this youth who's getting diverted towards lab grown diamond jewelry, but at the same time, there are people they will see that if today I'm buying a jewelry, what value that will hold when it is going to be further extended. Okay, so there are this client also, there are this people also, consumers also, who for them, what is the return value once I purchase a jewelry, that matters a lot. North America, then again, significant market share with the United States being the major consumer. You mature market with stable demand for luxury and designer brands. Middle East, again, it's one of the growing market due to the increasing disposable income and rich tradition of jewelry use. So we will quickly discuss, why this education on jewelry grading certificate holds a very strong value. So it has a very authentic, and it gives you an authenticity when the entire consumer, when all the consumers and the are very much aware of the product what they are selling, what transparency they need to display. This really brings on a huge, and it enhances the credibility and trustworthiness of the jewelers. It provides transparency. It provides transparency, boosting their confidence in purchase. Then when it comes to jewelry grading, equips individuals with knowledge to accurately grade and assess jewelry, helps maintain and uphold industry standards, ensuring consistency and reliability, supports ethical practices, and reduces the fraudulent activities. Guys, how many of you agree that in today's date as well, with the highest level of transparency, there are still frauds or there are still lack of transparency which happens when the jewelry is being traded from either B2B or B2C? You can just quickly type and say yes or no. So my question is, do you all agree that frauds which happens when it comes to trading of jewelry, either at B2B level or B2C level? Do you guys agree on that part? You can quickly type in your yes or no. Okay, so part say yes. We have one yes here. What about the rest? Priya say yes. Okay, Samir is saying yes. So, okay, Hitasha, Preetham. So, Parth, since you have replied me first, can you just share one gap? We see that these frauds are happening. So what type of a fraud you see or you have counterfeit when it comes to a jewelry trading in our industry? So Parth, maybe you can just in a very shorter terms, you can just type in the chat that what kind of fraud you come across to. I mean to say, not personally you, or maybe you must have seen, or maybe you must have known in the industry. Or maybe anyone, I mean to say, anyone can share any of the scenario which you feel that I have heard of this thing, or maybe I've come across to this thing, maybe lack of time, whatever it could be. So yeah, in meanwhile, since the time I get answer, I'll quickly step ahead with the other point. So if you have if you have education and awareness particular topic, the trust among the customers, I'm definitely sure it's going to raise, and it will help people to buy more and more jewelry because they know that what they are buying and the value for the they're gonna give, it's something going to be valued, and people will go for the jewelry. Certified jewelry gathers great trust from consumer, leading to increased sales. Jewelers with certifications are seen as more reputable and reliable. So continuation, okay, so we have not came across yet, but have heard about it in the past. Yes, Parth. Thanks for sharing that. So guys, what I come across to few scenarios, what I have overheard. So basically, it is more to do with the lack of transparency between a person who is going to sell a jewelry to the end consumer, because a end consumer needs to know the money what he's going to pay for what he's purchasing it. So, and when the diamond is mounted, in the jewelry, it becomes very difficult for that layman to understand that what quality of diamond I am buying. So definitely continuous education will ensure professionals to stay updated with the latest trends and technologies. Ongoing learnings helps in enhancing skills and adapting to new methodologies, will drive into innovation, improvement in jewelry grading techniques. And also this awareness will help conducting regular workshops, seminars to educate professionals and customers, providing access to educational materials and resources on jewelry grading, and partnering with educational institutes to offer comprehensive courses and certification. So guys, I'll be very one thing with you, that considering the current gaps when it comes to jewelry grading certification education, IIG is soon going to launch a course which is going to be specifically for jewelry grading certification. Okay, so I'll talk on that course once we come to the conclusion. Okay, before that, I'll quickly share a few more updates what I want to share in this slides. Gold custom duty, guys. So this is again one of the very good thing what we have. So we see drop, okay, in the custom duty, that is to 6% now, before which was around 14%. So let's take a will help our industry to have increased growth rate. Okay, so reduced custom duty on gold makes it more economical for local manufacturers to produce jewelry domestically rather than relying on imports. It will support the growth of local jewelry industry, leading to job creation and skill development. Lower cost of gold can make gold jewelry more affordable for consumers, stimulating demand and boosting sales in jewelry market. Growth in jewelry sector contributes to overall economic growth and a significant part of retail sector. Consumer benefits. Reduction in cost can lead to lower prices for gold jewelry, making it more accessible to broader range of consumers. With increased competition and lower cost, consumer may benefit from the higher quality products at a better price. Reduced duty will help local jewelers to compete more effectively with international brands, ensuring fair competition in the market. A more stable pricing structure, maintaining a balanced supply demand scenario, leading to market stability. And definitely, how can we forget the exports, which is again going to bring a very big change in Indian market as well. Lower production cost enable manufacturers to produce competitively priced jewelry for international market. Enhanced competition lead to an increase in jewelry exporting in foreign exchange and boosting the country trade balance. So guys, with the current pointers, whatever we discuss, do you all agree that the drop in the gold custom duty will overall benefit our gems and jewelry industry? You can quickly type in yes or no, whatever it is, in the chat box. So the question is, do you feel that the drop in the gold custom duty will benefit our gems and jewelry industry in a broader perspective? So Anil say yes, Preetham say yes, Samir say yes, absolutely. What about the rest? Do you all agree that, okay, Parth say yes, Raj say yes, Hitasha yes. Great. I mean to say this, thanks guys, everyone for replying. Priya says yes, Ketan says yes. This makes us aligned with one thought that this drop overall brings on many opportunity for our industry to come up with various ways and avenues to get on into a different section of business and tap more and more consumers and enhance this overall gems and jewelry industry. So I'm glad that we all are in the same sync when it comes to the reduction in the gold custom duty. So I'll quickly take you through the different types of jewelry settings. So because once we discuss the jewelry certificate, I want you to know that what are the different types of settings which comes, and because of the reason why I want you to know the different types of setting, because this will help you to know that in which setting you can evaluate mounted the diamonds which are mounted in a much better way. So quickly run through to this. Jewelry setting refers to how gemstones are mounted or held in a place in a piece of jewelry. The setting not only secures the gemstone but also enhances its beauty and overall appearance. So prongs, bezel setting is one. Settings we have channel setting more. So as you can see the pictures. So I want you guys to tell me which setting makes the assessment of the diamond most difficult once it is mounted. So as you can see, there are things available on the screen. So I want you guys to take a look at all different settings and tell me which settings is in which setting the diamond assessment becomes most difficult. So we have different bezel setting, channel setting, illusion setting. So इसमें से सब में से कौन से सेटिंग में डायमंड को असेस करना सबसे ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है? If anyone can let me know. So अगर आप नोटिस करोगे तो जो बेजल सेटिंग है, okay, I'll circle it, this bezel setting. Some answer. Okay, there you go. Parth, Hitasha, Samir. Yeah, there you go. You guys are right. So guys, as we know, I'll just circle it for you. This particular setting, this is one of the very challenging setting in which it gets very challenging to assess the diamond completely. So you guys were right. That is the bezel setting. Thank you for the answer. So what are the selection to choose the right setting? Okay, so this is just for information for everyone that you have to consider the piece and its intent use. You want to use it daily, you want to use it on special. So that is something, one bifurcation you need to make in your mind. And after that, you need to know that what is the size and shape of the which you want to put it in the what you want to make. And after that, is there any customization which you want to make? So as I mentioned, if you'll see the third point, choose a setting that matches the wear personal style and preferences. So every individual have their own choices when setting use which type of setting to select. Then definitely that what is the type of lifestyle you are living, what are the places, how is the use of the jewelry which you wanna wear it on a daily use or maybe on special occasions, and definitely last but not the least, what budget you are looking for. So these are some of the factors which an individual needs to look upon when it comes to going for a jewelry. Now, this slide is going to be very important one where we will discuss that how you assess a diamond once it is mounted. So that whichever area is accessible to you, diamond is mounted. So you do the assessment as per which is exposed to you at 10x magnification. You are able to see the crown clearly, whether you are able to see clearly, whether you are able to see the pavilion clearly. So whichever area is accessible, you need to see that how well you can assess the diamond well from that area. Okay. So whenever a jewelry comes to a lab for certain, okay, the client already a certain estimated grades what they think they will be getting. Okay. So they know that what jewelry they have given and what is the quality of the diamonds what they have given in the jewelry. So when the diamond is coming to the lab, so as you all know that the diamond cannot be 100% assessed completely because of the mounting features, right? Because the diamond is mounted. So one thing what you need to know is everyone over here that every diamond when it is mounted, it will be not provided with one particular grade. It will be always provided with a range of grade. I hope so. I don't know whether you guys are aware of this thing or not. If you guys are aware, please quickly type in yes, so that I know that you guys are aware that a mounted diamond will never get a one clarity grade. It will always get a range of clarity grade. Okay. And the reason why you get a range of clarity grade, that is because it is mounted. And because it is mounted, you cannot assess it completely, because of which it will get a range and not one clarity grade. As I mentioned, so cut, clarity, carat weight, okay, this features will go in each because you cannot assess it completely. And that's why with whatever information you are able to get while the diamond is mounted, as per that you assess the diamond which has been the jewelry. At the same time, there are different tools, team, being used to estimate the diamond's weight. So definitely we all know we cannot remove the diamond and do a carat weight individually on the weight. So there are different formulas which we use to estimate the diamond's weight. There are different formulas applicable to it. There are different tools in our industry available through which you can estimate that what is an estimated weight of a diamond which is mounted in a jewelry. And this something, if you will see, it's a short example how the jewelry certificate looks. So what you need to know here is that first they give you an information description of the jewelry piece and its gold purity, as you can see it over here. Then you have the detail of the diamond, what is the shape and cutting style of the diamond mounted in that. Then the carat weight, obviously that is something which will be important. And as I told you, the carat weight, whenever the jewelry comes for the certification, the client will also give a carat weight of the diamond, and at the same time it will be also cross-checked with the gemologists and the graders in the lab. If you will see the color grade and the clarity grade, it is always in the range E to F and I1 to I2. Because the only reason is because since diamond is mounted, you cannot give one specific grade either for color or for the clarity. And yes, definitely you will have one high definition photograph attached with it or I would say printed on the certificate, which will basically allow you to cross check or match the piece which you have provided for the certification. So yeah, I mean to say, lastly, before we come towards the conclusion, it's already 3:46, team, everyone. What I want to tell every one of you in this class, okay, that jewelry grading certification, it's so important to know every small minute details. And as I told you, I'm going to launch a course which is going to be for 5 days, and in which IIG will explain all steps which a person needs to be educated and aware when it jewelry grading certification. Okay, so the details for the course, okay, you can definitely visit our website, get in touch with our team, and understand what are the details for that course in case if anyone wants to get enrolled in that course. And for all those people who are entrepreneur in this batch, or maybe an end consumer, the only thing what I will request and share with you is that create a level of trust and transparency customers, whether it is B2B or whether it is B2C, because jewelry grading and jewelry certification or jewelry trading, it requires a very high amount of trust, because a consumer, once if he feels that the money is giving to us for the jewelry what he is purchasing, and if that money is not been valued or the trust has been broken, you know, that small steps will lead to a very big impact on our jewelry segment. That's why it's very important that first educated on this sector, and then only we will be able to educate our team and the customers who is going to walk in our store. Okay, so with this, I'll just show the courses which IIG is offering to the audience out there. I mean to say, when I say audience, it is for global level, because we have online and offline courses both. We have courses in our jewelry, we have cat courses, we have gemstone courses, we have diamond courses, and all the subjects which you see over here. Okay, you have an option of getting enrolled into offline, you have an option of online, at the same time you have an option as well. So the reason why IIG wants that every individual who is very enthused towards getting more educated in the sector, we wanted to create a platform in the best possible ways. Either it can be offline, online, or hybrid. Okay, so if any one of you is looking to add skills to whatever you have right now, okay, please, I would suggest you to put up more and more knowledge in your bucket, and I'm sure that will add more and more value to the business what you are doing. So with this, I'll open the floor for any questions, or if there is anything which you would like to ask, share, or suggestion which you would like to give it to us as an institute, we would love to listen to it from your end. The floor is open if any suggestions or any concerns, if you would like to share to us.
किसी का कोई सवाल हो आप हैंड रेज करें, हम आपको अनम्यूट कर देंगे.
Yeah, and at the same time, team, I hope that there was like some takeaway for all of us from this short conversation, where we all know that how intense this industry is. And right now, if we are an entrepreneur, we need to be a leader for the transparency level which we need to bring in our industry. So any questions, team, anything you would like to ask or anything you would like to share, we are here to listen to you. So I would say thank you, Part. Thank you, Hitasha. Thank you, every one of you, to participate and letting us know your thoughts. And thank you, Sameer. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ketan. Thank you, Anil, Manoj, Tarun, everyone for participating. It was glad to have a conversation with you all. Thank you again, I would say, World Gold Council to create this platform and share the views. Thank you, Pankaj ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anand ji, and thank you all the participants, and thank you World Gold Council to supporting us. So हम एक छोटा सा वीडियो प्ले करके वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल के साथ सेशन क्लोज करेंगे.
Sure.
What does your investment portfolio look like without gold? Incomplete.
Why?
Because as a gold owner, you have the power to make bold decisions. To balance risks and returns. The power to buy and sell right at your fingertips. Because as a gold owner, you can secure your investments with your strategic advantage. Gold.
Without which your portfolio is incomplete.
Power your portfolio with gold. World Gold Council.
So once again, thank you, Anand ji. And so thank you all the participants.